Are you talking about like the president or like just some people that are behind the scenes? Like some
behind the scenes.
Little Geico guys just in the background.
Yeah, it's basically Geico, but just a normal size.
Hey, maybe this isn't a bad thing. Maybe they can help us save on our car insurance.
Yeah, for real. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Our car insurance.
A little gecko.
Yeah.
That dude's a G.
Ugh.
I want to meet him.
Love that guy. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Getting There. This is our second podcast on the channel, and as promised, we have governmental and historical genius Brooks with us today. We're going to be talking about some government conspiracies. He's also going to be fact-checking us if we're wrong, like Cade normally is.
Yeah, I did find out in the last podcast that I was wrong a couple times, but nobody knew, so it's
Yeah, he went over the video with us. Let us know.
He had like a list. He was like, right there, that was incorrect. I was like,
he made a pros and cons list. He disliked the video.
we might have to hire him as like our correct manager.
Yeah.
Correct.
He might just sit over here in the corner, just pop into frame when we're wrong.
With a notebook.
Yeah, just set it straight.
Yeah.
But anyway, government conspiracies. We got the genius here, the brains. And, yeah, let's get right into it.
All right, but hold on. Right before we start, Brooks, how about you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Oh, yes.
Okay,
Sorry.
so my name's Brooks. I'm new. I'm the special guest. I'm 16, and I live in a state that I will not discuss because I don't want y'all DDoSing me. And I'm not going to be speaking anything about Russia because I'm not obsessed like he is. But
I'm sure it'll come up.
Dang Russian.
What's some things you like to do?
Like to occasionally hunt, hang out with friends, play video games, watch movies, just, the usual stuff. I mean, I'm basically just a normal teenager.
Pretty boring.
Big activity guy?
Yeah. He's a big government guy.
Yeah, I'm a big government guy.
Big history guy?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Do good in school. I'm like, let me right there. Had to help this man in the last year in AP World.
Whoa. Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves.
All right.
So
he's going to be mainly the one discussing because he knows everything. We're in here to put our own input. That's all we're here for.
He's bringing up the topics, and we're just going to speak our minds about it, use a little bit of the mouth. All right,
Brooks.
Okay, so
let's see what you got.
The first one we are starting with is, reptilians run the U.S. government.
What?
All right, let's get some background here.
All right, you know how like the theory that Mark Zuckerberg's a reptilian because his eyes kind of like blink really weird.
Yeah.
And ever since like Queen Elizabeth died, that theory went back up. And, because people just thought, like, the entire royal family was a bunch of reptilians. And, like, their entire family was just... Because, she lived so long. Like, for freaking 96 years. And she, like, never died. Like, all the memes about it. And then people think that's, like, our government is, like, run by a new world order, which I will get to later. And it's so stupid. I don't believe it at all.
Reptilian.
Like reptiles.
Like lizards.
Like lizard people,
Like the Amazing Spider-Man.
So you're telling me that, like, are you talking about, like, the president or, like, just some people that are behind the scenes? Like,
behind the scenes.
Little Geico guys just in the background.
Yeah, it's basically Geico, but just a normal size human being.
But maybe this isn't a bad thing. Maybe they can help us save on our car insurance.
Yeah, for real. 15.
Oh, yeah.
What is it? 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Our car insurance.
A little gecko.
Yeah.
That dude's a G. I want to meet him.
Love that guy.
Well,
so who believes this? Like
a lot of people.
A lot?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of funny to talk about, like, Mark Zuckerberg, he's an alien. Like, it is kind of funny. Have you seen the clip of him where he was, like, talking and he was like, I was human. I mean, I am human. And, like, everybody was, like tweeting about it and stuff. Like, oh, my God, it's true. He's an alien. Or reptilian.
No, think about this, though. If people still believe that the Earth is flat, I feel like nothing is out of the picture. Oh, great.
Flat Earth concept.
We love the flat Earth.
Dude, but think about it though. Like if you drive far enough, could you fall off the Earth? I mean, that would be sick though. Think about it. Think about if our Earth was like a plate, like a dinner plate. You know what I'm saying? And you just like drive far enough, and you just like, woo, like off into the space.
It would more be like a frisbee because it's spinning.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right, we said we were gonna stay on topic for this.
Hey, that's on topic.
Let's get back to
the next one actually is a flat Earth.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so you're like, because there's a flat Earth society, and it's been debunked so many times. And yet people
people
are just
are
like,
just-
it's the flat.
I saw this video of this guy the other day. He was like really convinced that the Earth was flat, and he was talking about how like the first trip to Antarctica, I'm pretty sure it was Antarctica, was talking about how there was like stuff beyond Antarctica that we haven't seen
Yeah,
or
it's
whatever.
called the rest of the Earth.
Yeah,
Just go the other way around.
because it's round.
You just keep going.
But then there was another one where he was like, when they would send people to space, they would tell them, which I don't know if I heard this right, and I don't know if it's true, but they would like tell them to only look at certain places on the Earth, which is I don't believe in, because what about the people that live on the International Space Station? Like they're not just gonna be like, oh, my 10 minutes is up to look at the Earth. Let me go back in the living room.
Yeah, I've seen like a type of theory that like we're surrounded by like ice or like a border or something that we can't see the other side. Yes, the Great Ice Wall. Dude, it's the dumbest theory I've ever seen.
Because you can
so
fly.
Stupid.
You can fly from North America, go around the world, and end up in freaking Europe.
Think about this though. In Minecraft, like the world is infinite, but there's actually an end to it. Think about it.
Well,
Think
no.
about it.
There is no end to it. It just starts like glitching out.
No, there's like an actual wall that you can eventually reach if you like spend an insane amount of time.
That was removed a while.
So we're basing
yes,
flat Earth theory on
absolutely.
Minecraft.
That's called the Outlands.
That's
Absolutely.
I'll accept that. That's
It's actually a Minecraft story mode.
all right. Let's get back to the
All right.
flat Earth.
It's
So,
Okay,
like,
wait.
the people that believe it, and even though they're debunked, they still believe it. Like, that's the dumbest thing
Yeah.
ever.
Because I mean, think about it. Earth is like tilted on an axis, and if there was a flat Earth, there would be no seasons, because either one side would be dark, like the whole planet would be dark at one time and day at one time, or it would like the whole like flat Earth would be in summer at the same time and winter at the same time. So if you think about it, there's no way that there could be a flat Earth and have different seasons and like day and night in different parts of the world.
And it was so funny because this is funny how we brought this topic up, because literally the other day I was watching. I never watch Dude Perfect anymore, but they send one of their. They sent Kobe or Corey.
Yeah,
I can't
I
remember.
did see
which
this
one,
on
to
that.
space.
Yeah,
They sent him to space, which is crazy, and you could see the curvature of the Earth,
yeah.
and that was live. Like that
Yeah.
wasn't.
And
That
like,
wasn't fake.
like when they built the sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt if you still had something to say. But in New York, the bridge from it's like to Manhattan, I'm pretty sure.
the Brooklyn.
Yeah,
Brooklyn
Brooklyn Bridge. I didn't want to say like a random name and sound like an idiot. But whenever they were building the bridge, they had to like take into account like the curvature of the earth, and like one, how there's like it's one of the bridges where it like goes up and then it, like, you know what I'm saying, there's like two big pillars on the if you go to one of the pillars, the other one is like 2 inches shorter because of the curvature of the earth. So there's ways to measure it,
I saw another video. It was pretty much like trying to debunk the flat earthers.
Mm.
It was like they got on this. I don't know if it was. Yeah, it was a huge lake, and they had someone like sitting on land recording, and then they had someone in a helicopter like go super far, and then they lowered. You could see them go down, and then they disappeared, but they were still going down.
Yeah.
So like you could see how it curved, so you lost your vision. Like it curved to where they went down below how the curve of the Earth went. So that's just a basic example.
Right now, since we're on the planet discussion, I got another one for you. Do you think the moon landing was fake?
No.
I absolutely. Oh my gosh, it ticks me off when people think it's fake.
I don't think it's fake. I just want to know what your opinion is, because I know you're a big
so
conspiracy guy.
basically, people think it was fake is because you can see stars and the flag moves. The flag one has already been.
Can't see stars.
You can't. Yes, you can't see stars. Sorry. The flag moves. That's just because like space is a vacuum.
Yeah, an
And that's-
object in motion
yeah.
stays in motion.
So, and also the footprint that
Oh yeah.
is on the moon does not match the astronaut's boot in general.
But their spacesuit goes around their
Yes,
boots. So
but
yeah.
people are so stupid. But
Yeah, I've seen the videos.
and we also have it gone back, and we have
Well,
the technology too. But we had it back in the 60s.
I'd seen something that Elon Musk had said that we had actually like, because typically when you see an increase in technology, it's like, it's a linear. It goes, it constantly, because we constantly build on top of what we already have.
Yeah.
but he was saying that we actually went down. Like we literally,
I believe that.
we couldn't, like we had it and then we didn't. Like all of a sudden we didn't. So that's why his big SpaceX thing, like that's why he's trying to make us be able to where we can go back.
Yeah.
Because we had like lost the technology or something had happened to where
Yeah.
we decreased in like being able to do that again.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
And another thing is like because like I'm not 100% on this, and you can check me here, Brooks, but like obviously the capsule that they were in, that falls back down, but they were trying to make it to where, what would you call it, the body, the rest of it, the whole thing is saved, because back they didn't have that.
Yeah, but
that's what they've been doing.
Because I was about to bring that up. Like a lot of people don't realize how much money it takes to do that, and also like the risk for casualties. Because like obviously the first few times they tried to launch a rocket into space, it like blew up.
Well, isn't that like what, I could be wrong about this. I know Elon Musk is like sending people into space and it's like returning. Is that like is it one rocket going up and then one rocket coming down, or is it losing something on the way up?
I think it's one whole rocket, because they were, they'd put these like pads out in the ocean and they'd send it up, and then when it'd come back down they had it to where it would like flip over or something.
I know it lands, but like I'm thinking, is it like the thrust power to get out of the atmosphere? Does it stay on the whole time?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
It like injects stuff out of it that allows it to slowly go down. But of course, you see videos of it failing and just blowing up.
Yeah, those are always fun.
But no one's in them most of the time.
And I guess, I mean, to agree, you can understand why we like lost the technology, because I don't know what it's called.
The Russians probably stole the technology.
I don't know what it's called. Like, there's
race.
the top capsule of the rocket, and then there's I'm just gonna call it the body. That was destroyed, obviously, because they didn't have the time, no way for it to come back and land itself.
Yeah,
it just fell and was blown up.
Yeah.
All right.
But speaking of flying, birds aren't real.
Oh my gosh!
I actually
talked about this the other day
because you've never seen a baby pigeon.
I kind of think about this, like the birds land on the power lines to recharge. Like, just think about it. Just think about it.
Okay.
Now that's
I've shot those birds before.
That's another one. I think it's fun to talk about, but it's definitely not.
In reality,
you can go shoot a pigeon, cut it open, and there's not going to be like wiring.
Exactly.
But what if?
Because think about it, people have definitely killed pigeons before in New York, or found a dead pigeon, or ran over a pigeon, and it's not like there's just sparks flying and like FBI just like, oh my god, we have to go pick up our pigeon before they figure out that we're secretly spying on them.
But like, what if some of them are fake? Like, what if the ones that
think about on average how many pigeons die annually? Think about how big
the ones that are fake don't though. Battery.
How you can't be like, oh, at 7 p.m. on Saturday afternoon, this car is going to drive to this location, so we don't need to send one of our robot pigeons there.
I mean,
sorry,
but considering we're talking about conspiracies, nothing's out of the picture here. We just talked about the flat Earth.
Yeah,
like, let's be real. Like, what if, like it's like spies, like they have cameras in their eyes, like Russia spying on us with birds.
See, that would be more probable, just like a little chip in their eye or something. Yeah.
Well, I'm pretty sure the military built like a really small like drone that's like the size of like a bee.
Well, see, I saw. Nice. I'm gonna keep referencing Elon Musk because he talks a lot. So, I had seen something that at this day and age that our technology is so advanced at this point that they could, like, if they wanted to, all they had to do is they want to kill someone. All they have to do is send a drone with like face recognition and just send it in there, and it could just go through and scan everyone and then just kill the person they want and leave, and you'd never know, like, who that was. You never know who killed them.
From Captain America.
I mean, yes, but we actually are at that point where something like that can work.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Slightly off topic, but it kind of relates to that. Have you seen the guy that created Oculus? He just invented another. It's not sold commercially. But it's like a VR that, like, if you die in the game, it literally kills you. Yeah, like, it has these like probes on it that it like shoots into like your frontal. No. It shoots like explosives into your frontal lobe of your brain.
Like,
or something
why?
Like that.
Why would you want to play that?
Because he said games can't be truly real unless there's real risk.
See, now I saw something about that. It will never be. It will never be made again, and it will never be sold. It's actually an art piece for like memory, because it's referenced off of a game. That's why there's a sword with it.
Sword
Oh, I
Art
didn't know there-
Online.
I didn't know there was.
That's
a sword
literally
with
what
it.
people reference.
Wait, how do they? I got a
Yeah,
question.
it's a sword, and that sword relates to something. I don't remember what it was, but that's why
It's
he
just a
made
video
it.
game.
And so it's just an art piece.
Oh, okay.
How do they know it works though?
They tested.
But have they though?
Because there's explosives in it, Caden.
Well, but like,
You don't have to have it
You
on a
don't. You don't
person
have to test it if you know it's gonna blow
listen,
up.
man. I go by the scientific theory.
All right,
of all.
Listen.
let's test it on you.
No,
let's
no,
go,
listen.
Let's go
Like,
steal it from.
You know what you learn in
There's
third?
nothing to explode.
You know what you learn in
Oh,
third
yeah,
grade? Like,
sure.
you got a question, you got to run experiments. Like, you know, like, do they just like stick it on some random kid's
No,
head?
You gotta have
They-
hypotheses.
They don't have to have it on someone for it to know it works.
I mean, theoretically though. They
Oh,
do.
yeah.
Honestly,
Put
they
it
probably
on a
tested it
test
on like an
dummy.
animal.
A test dummy.
Theoretically
dummy
though,
tested.
they do.
Like a test dummy, and then like,
Yeah.
Like, what if
put
it
them in a
didn't kill
game,
you,
dies
though?
instantly, and it blows up?
Or does it just
No.
like nuke their head?
Yeah.
It
Nukes their
just
head.
explodes.
It just-
It,
Yeah.
yeah, explode. It explodes.
Imagine you're just like
No, like seriously.
You're just like
it-
watching
it
somebody
shoots
play an
the-
Oculus
it shoots
game.
It shoots the explosives into your head and then
Yeah.
impact.
No,
I
you.
like-
thought it shot like electrical systems in your.
I was about to say,
No,
how you
the one I
explosives?
saw, it like shoots explosives into like the front part of your brain.
Why do people make these? Like, why?
Just, I mean, because it's fun.
What
You can-
impelled someone to be like, listen, man, I'm gonna make an Oculus, but it's gonna kill you in real
Dude,
life.
Imagine going to your friend Kyle's house and he's playing on his Oculus
He's
in freaking VR, and then you just watch him explode.
like, dude, what you playing? Oh, I'm playing the shooter game, and it just explodes. You're like,
Dude, that would be
Just-
No, you're
horrifying.
playing Among Us. And the poster gets you.
he's like, no, quit chasing me, and all of a sudden just blows up his head. God, why? What is wrong with people? Why?
But it's never.
Was he Russian?
It's never gonna be sold.
It's never.
But
It's never going to be made again. There's only one, and it's just meant
No, I
for
wonder
art.
why.
yeah.
It's just meant for art.
They better lock that thing up behind.
Yeah.
Or there's gonna be another Jigsaw movie
I'm about
where some dude puts on the VR
I mean,
headset.
but realistically, that's not hard for someone to just make. Like,
Yeah,
if
that's
someone
true.
really wanted
So-
to, like a government or
yeah.
something,
You can
it's
make a
really
pipe
not that
bomb.
hard. What?
So you can make a pipe bomb pretty easily. So
Chemistry.
Exactly. People can figure out how to do stuff on their own.
Low key, like chemistry. You know what?
nothing go.
Okay,
like-
we said we weren't gonna go off topic.
Okay, but like just one thing. They should change chemistry in school to teaching you how to blow things up, because then everyone would be really interested.
That's
But then
illegal?
everybody would know how to blow stuff up, and everybody would blow stuff
yeah,
up.
and that
People
kind of
would blow
promotes
schools up.
terrorism.
They already kind of do though.
You could just be
School
more.
promotes terrorism.
No, everybody kind of. I mean,
I mean,
Do
if
you know
that-
how to,
yeah.
do you want to make stuff blow up?
never mind.
if you think about it, all you have to do is go to Bing how to make mustard gas, and it'll tell you.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, Google could tell you how to like.
Yeah,
And you can throw
Take
you
over
You have
Right.
the government watching you then.
yeah.
Oh,
They already do.
That's another
Like,
one that,
just-
I actually wanted to bring
Nah,
up.
low key, I feel like Vladimir's
The-
just like on his computer googling how to take over countries.
Yeah, like.
It's
I
it's
just, like,
failing.
I mean,
what
you
you know,
said.
in
Hey,
Ukraine,
Google's
they're being
not always
pushed out
accurate.
right now,
But,
so
like-
you suck.
But like the conspiracy that like the FBI is spying on people like on their phones, I don't think that's a conspiracy. I think that is factual.
Hold on.
I do
no,
believe-
hey,
I
hey,
know it's factual.
it's already
Yeah.
been proven.
You know, yeah, you
like
know,
they already came
What's
out
the dude's
the-
name,
like
bro?
the first
declassified
guy-
FBI documents.
I don't know if I have this
We talked
wrong,
about this
but the
in the last
first guy
episode.
to ever expose that like
Eric
the FBI was
Snowden.
spying on him,
Edward
he died.
Snowden.
Edward.
he
that's
died
what it is.
immediately. First person to ever make
What?
like a
We
car.
talked about this last
Yeah.
time.
Oh, that's
I
not Edward
mentioned
Snowden.
that.
Oh, you
So-
did?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
So
remember.
Oh,
we talked about this last time, and we wanted to mention it again because we wanted to hear your thoughts. Like people that like,
I don't
for
know.
some reason, they
We did.
make like crazy inventions that are like world breaking, groundbreaking, that are just crazy.
Swirl.
So like that would change the world in of like efficiency and stuff.
Or they would
die.
lose the government money.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
die because, for example, like there was a guy that made a car that ran off water.
Yeah, that's what I was
and
about to
he
say.
died.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah, because the last words he said was they poisoned me. They poisoned me, and he died.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Mhm.
I didn't know his life.
No, I could be wrong about that. If people in the comments want to this, yeah, he's wrong.
Yeah, but
Like you.
but
Yeah, be
Yeah.
like me.
what I was saying, like it could lose the government money. I saw this this meme. It was like this dude. He was like at the doctor's office, and he was like giving him the wrong medicine or whatever, and he was like, a cured customer is a customer lost, or something like that.
Yeah, why do you think no like official cure for cancer has been released?
Yeah. And
'Cause they wanna
and
feed 'em.
that was another thing. A woman one time she like I think
Claim to
she claimed to have found the cure for cancer, and then she died mysteriously.
Yeah, like there's no explanation for this other than our government doesn't want, because they're
Yeah.
so our government is corrupt. Whether we see it or not, it is very corrupt. Our president is not in control. There's people behind.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah,
too.
That is what would be called the New World Order.
Okay,
Which would be, it's a anti-Semitic authoritarian government.
You're gonna have to speak in Caden terms here.
Okay,
My brain
so
is not processing anything you just said.
anti-Semitic is against Jews. Like you hate,
like Hitler.
Yes, but
Was he anti-Semitic?
Yes.
the Nazi Germany was anti-Semitic.
Extremely.
Okay.
That's like, Kanye. Yeah. Crap. I forgot what I was gonna say.
Well, okay, we'll go back. Did you have anything else before we talked about this?
Yeah, I was talking about the one government thing. Like Edward Snowden was the guy who officially.
Yeah, I brought that up in the last. I just thought his name was
he's
Eric.
the guy. No, Edward, and he's living in Russia right now, or some Middle East.
He's the guy that.
Dude.
Oh, yeah, he exposed.
He's living in Russia right now.
He's not in the United States because if he comes back, he will be charged with espionage.
Yeah.
And treason because he leaked information that was detailing the government was spying on us. And it was proven true, and they were like, "No, you can't do that." Yeah. And now he was offered citizenship in Russia. I'm pretty sure.
Of course he was. They're trying to figure out how to spy on the American government.
Yeah, and the people like
dang it, Vladimir.
Like
I thought you were friends with Vladimir.
Oh yeah, me and Vladimir go way back.
Oh, okay. All right, sorry, Brooks.
A lot of people actually thank him for that because it brings light to what our government actually does.
Yeah.
You know.
I feel like at this point though, everyone kind of knew that because whenever you say something, the next 5 seconds, it's gonna pop up on Instagram or on TikTok or something.
Yeah. Yes.
Like I've said some of the most like I don't know how to say it. So I won't be interested in anything that's even close to an ad that pops up. But 5 minutes ago, somebody I was with mentioned some specific type of clothing. Look on my phone, scrolling through TikTok or something, ad comes up about that, and I'm like, holy cow. And you think it's just coincidence, but once it starts happening over and over again, you're like, holy cow, the government's watching me.
I'll give you an example that just happened to me literally the other day.
Was it with Siri?
So I've been trying to get watches because I didn't get a class ring for myself. So I was like, okay, I'll just buy a couple watches and trade for it. And after a while, literally the other day, ad watches. Oh my gosh, watches for ads literally popped up.
You mean ads for watches? Yeah. You said watches for ads.
He's rubbing off on him.
What? This idiot is a curse.
He's like,
I've never stuttered in my entire life.
That is the most.
No, literally before we started recording, he was just.
My English language is elite.
Anyways,
you didn't even know
ads
anti-Semitic was.
for watches started popping up on Instagram and TikTok, constantly, and I never looked it up.
It's scary, because you'll be talking about something. And another thing, I heard Brooks say something about Siri, they were spying on people through what they were talking to Siri about, Siri records,
and then
what you say.
That's a personalized.
See, me personally, I don't really think it's scary. I think it's kind of funny because have you seen the memes where it's you're risen somebody up, and then at the top of the screen it says FBI agent. It says yes, sir.
Yeah, no, but the thing that part of it isn't scary. Oh, who cares if they know what I look up? But if you think about it, if they know what you're searching, they also know all of your personal information that's in your phone. Which most of that they already know because obviously they're the government.
So the government
but extremely personal stuff on personal on a whole nother level, they know that too. That's the only part of it that's kind of scary. Which it's not unless you're doing something highly illegal like serial killing people, that they're just gonna come to your house and kill people.
But here's my thing. So for example, there's been a lot of reports of serial killers. So and then not one too long ago, I heard this talking about. So this guy who was crazy, who was looking up stuff how to kill people, best way to kill people, and he was mentally crazy, but he still ended up going and killing a bunch of people. Why? If they're actually watching, why not?
Because
stop?
they don't want to let you know that. So if to them, obviously to the government, they don't know us. We're just a number in the millions of people that live here. If one person dies, that's not worth letting people know that we're spying on you.
Game.
That's 9/11. Whenever, what was it? Something happened. Somebody I think Putin actually was Like he like called Reagan. Was it Reagan that was president in 9/11?
Bush.
Bush. I said Bush.
George W.
Shut your mouth.
That's a funny way to say Bush.
Yeah, man, I just stuttered there. My bad.
Yeah,
guys.
I'll get 9/11 in a minute.
Okay. Oh, well, then we can wait. But yeah, I agree with him on that. Like, because if they like try to get on you to it, like get on you about it, then you're gonna know like they're watching me.
Yeah.
Also, just a little food for the thought. Do you think there's a WikiHow page on how to kill someone?
Yeah.
Probably.
Like, could you imagine just like some psychopaths just like scrolling through WikiHow? It's like, and it shows like the images, and it's like a guy with a knife.
How to get away with
You know, it's a
murder.
WikiHow on how to eat cereal.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
I
that's
know.
hilarious.
And it's like, grab spoon, lift it, eat.
And then it's like, go get in bed.
And there's one that's like, how to talk to a girl. It's like, walk up, make eye contact, like look up and down, and then speak.
WikiHow is my life.
WikiHow is for real, like, goated.
Is WikiHow spying on you?
I wanna mention something about this. Do we think that most of like social media and stuff is controlled by the government?
No.
Absolutely. I think it is.
As in of like who they want gone and stuff, who they don't want. Like, so like for example, it's really weird because I'm gonna reference Andrew Tate 'cause he got banned on every single platform.
Well, yeah, but that's not really the government.
We do not condone anything that Andrew Tate does. Continue.
Okay.
That's not really the government as much as it is like the controllers of the platform.
Yeah. It's just I think it's not the government, it's the people that control the platform, like he said, their views rub off on the platform, but they don't want anybody to know that.
And
Like
think
big
about
tech.
it, the people that are using their platform, if they're unhappy about it, they
Yeah, I know. That's
let's
I'm
say
trying to keep it on
we
that.
kick one person off of our app. That's better than losing these millions or hundreds of thousands of people that are using our app because we won't get rid of this one guy.
But
Here's my thing. Here's the thing though. So for Andrew Tate, he wasn't doing anything. This is why I think it's government related because he wasn't doing anything as in of such that would like violate their standards of like anything like that. He was trying to teach people how to escape the matrix. So but like he was teaching people how to avoid paying taxes, how to make money, how to become rich, how to live a life that the government doesn't want you to live. They don't want people. They want people in debt. They want people giving them money. They want people paying taxes. If you get millions and millions to where they can avoid it, they can make a bunch of money and stuff like that, then why would they don't want that? They would then why not remove that person from all so they cannot reach anyone?
that
you know?
I feel like that's not even that happens to people all the time. Just getting banned for things that aren't a part of their guidelines. Just because it's just big tech. It's like that's what any big tech does. Literally for anything.
Well,
Like,
what he was saying is he didn't really do anything.
Yeah,
that was
that's what
like
I'm saying.
against their guidelines.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. People get like there's so many like you hear everything from every side of everything of people getting banned for just doing stuff that doesn't even violate the guidelines.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is now like with all these new like I don't really know how to like say it. Like with all these new ideas about like what's right, what's wrong, like what you can say, what you can't say. Like
freedom of speech.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. So like if there's like a new wave of like some new idea that like people are unhappy about, you can't just like it's hard to like change your guidelines like on the spot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. All right. I want to hear your most far-fetched conspiracy that you have for us.
What do you mean by
Is there
far-fetched?
are there any that get worse than the flat Earth or the
like they're
lizard?
so just completely stupid?
completely but it's like almost like comedy that it's so terrible, but people actually believe it.
COVID and 5G.
What?
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 Elaborate.
Like 5G phones?
Like COVID can be spread through cellular networks.
Like COVID.
Like you can call somebody and you have COVID and you'll give it to them.
It's basically like like cell phone towers. Like
Yeah.
Like the 5G, they kind of like radiation, and it like spreads out in waves, and that's a one way you can get COVID.
You can't tell me that people actually believe that.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Oh my
COVID,
dude,
5G?
how do people's brains operate at such a low level? Like I'm stupid, but
Which
like
are the United
I was about to
States?
that's
say.
like a different level of stupid. Like you think
they've got to have an illness.
a living thing can
A lot of people
spread
believe
through
it too.
a radio wave.
You got to have like
Well,
yeah, that's
chronic
COVID
retardedness.
isn't living. It's a
I mean, no, that's
yeah,
not
it's
what
a
I meant.
virus.
But like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a
I
radio
do see
wave.
what you're saying.
If that was
And if you think about it, like radio waves go through walls. How could they like spread a virus?
if that was true, then Russia would have taken advantage of it and like made a gun that just like shoots
COVID
viruses.
Shoots
The COVID-19.
The COVID gun.
They have that. It's called you get a virus from somebody's blood, put it in a vial, and then inject it to somebody else.
Well, yeah, but like I'm talking about
I
like
know, it was-
Like a
If-
doc syringe.
like imagine you.
Bro, I need to stem up.
Imagine Vladimir is in a meeting with the president and he pulls out like this like scanner thing. He's like COVID, and he just shoots him, and it just like makes like a beep, and he's like, "What in the world is wrong with you?"
just starts coughing, falls out on the floor,
He's like, "Oh my goodness!"
starts like aspirating.
It looks like a QR code scanner.
Like,
We had hold on. I want to. It's kind of. Well, it's not off topic. We had talked about something about what did we mention about the ocean last time? It was
Oh, how NASA was originally like exploring the ocean, and maybe they found something that they didn't want like people to know about, or they didn't want to explore anymore. So
like
then they switched to.
that's one thing. Like, the megalodon is still real.
Hey,
I
said
do
that.
not believe that.
Oh dang it! I believe it.
No, because literally, if an animal that big, not an animal, just a creature, is that big, and we haven't seen, because it eats like large animals like whales and stuff. You would see whales washing up everywhere.
Well, but we Googled it, and apparently, like sonar hasn't even reached like what was the percent of the ocean? Like 12 or something like that.
We
I
haven't
don't
discovered
remember.
anything.
It was
No,
like
yeah, it
like
was-
sonar waves can only reach so far.
We've only explored. I think it was like 12% of the entire ocean, and like only like 4% of the U.S. coast.
Well, yeah.
No, it was
Because,
30. It was 35%.
Because NASA
yes.
finds more
35%
like
of the US coast.
just enjoyment, not necessarily
but
enjoyment,
like-
but like scientific like research in space.
Imagine
It's also easier.
Imagine there's like a bunch of little megalodons just having a party in the Mariana Trench right now.
Yeah, but my thing that I was thinking is like, it wouldn't be that hard for an animal like you say. Oh, they would have found it. It's huge. Not really, because I mean, think about how often they go to like the bottom of the Mariana Trench.
Yeah.
And think about like when they do send something down there, it's so dark they can only see from like
Yeah.
here to that wall in like a circle.
And
And think about how big the Mariana Trench is.
Is that?
And,
Are
like,
we 100%? That's the deepest part of the ocean.
No.
it's the
We-
deepest part that we know.
I was about to say we
Yeah.
can't be
That's
sure.
because we currently do not have the technology to explore the deepest parts of the ocean because
Yeah.
no metal is strong enough to withstand water pressure.
I got some more food for the thought here. So you know how like really far down they found I don't know what it's called, but like basically things that glow, like organisms.
Bioluminescence.
Bioluminescent. Imagine there was like a bioluminescent shark, and bro just looked
that
like
kind of is a thing.
bro looked like a whole like Christmas light freaking.
because there are like it's like a dogfish. It has like really big eyes.
But like imagine a megalodon
But-
just looks like a
the thing about, and the reason an animal would probably never have that unless they had like an algae living on them that
Yeah.
was bioluminescent is because it poses no advantage. It would honestly, huh?
An anglerfish.
Well,
That's a.
that's different. They use that as a hunting tactic.
Yeah,
I'm
but
saying
it's-
like full body, like
Oh yeah.
because then they'd like easily be seen by predators. And the whole thing about bioluminescence is it's a way for them to get energy. So an organism that eats other organisms would need an alternative way to get energy. You see what I'm saying?
So, like, I do kind of believe that megalodons could still be real just based off of theory of evolution. Like, we don't know how. It's been. How many years has it been?
a long time.
Millions because we haven't found a
Big
tooth
old
that's
number.
even remotely close to being
Big whole number.
like aging like now. And like
Yeah.
also sharks really don't like cold water. But of course the theory of evolution could
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's based. So, like, you don't know if they could evolve to adapt down there. We really don't. And especially only exploring 12% of the ocean, if they've adapted to live at those depths and they can't come up,
Yeah. That like
a
the
blobfish.
kind of like
Like-
that. Like, if they've adapted to live super far out, like, way out of, and we can't get there, we'll never know for, I mean, who knows when we'll know.
Have you seen the movie Meg, where it lived below the thermocline, and then when they penetrated the thermocline, it allowed it to like come out into like
The what
The
now?
mag.
The thermo what?
thermocline?
Pretty much a thermocline is any time, like, it's like almost like a line.
Yeah.
Is it not? Where, like, the
Like-
temperature just
Yeah.
immediately.
Fish fish below that can't go above it because they couldn't stand that warm temperatures, but fish above it can't go below because they can't stand that cold temperatures.
It's a weird kind of line. So like basically, if you were to go to like, there's not really a hard thermocline in like a lake, but like it's almost like that feeling when you just are going down really fast, and then all of a sudden it freezes like really really
the bottom
cold.
of a lake.
It just gets super cold. That's
Yeah.
pretty much what a thermocline
The deepest
is.
lake is in Eastern Europe, which would almost be Russia.
They're hiding things down there.
It's like a mile or so deep. A lake.
They're
So-
definitely hiding the.
Golly.
I've also seen this to where like there could be like animals we've never discovered in like Antarctica trapped in like
Yeah, I talked
We
about
took
that
it.
last
things
time.
of like glaciers and there's water in there. Have you? Well, yo.
What? Sorry.
So like
Let's look up the lake.
pretty much, I've
Like an ice
Peyton talked
age?
about- so like no, not really. Like pretty much, there's organisms that we have never discovered in Antarctica trapped.
In the
Yeah.
ice.
Dude,
Yeah.
that's
Because I was talking about how there's like huge lakes under.
Like they're frozen in the ice?
No, like
No.
there's
Like
huge,
there's living there.
yeah, trapped under.
So like Subnautica.
I guess.
I don't
Because
know.
you
I've
know-
never played some.
Not
You've never played
really.
Subnautica?
not
No, I
that
have
game's
not.
good, but not really. That's not. It's he said okay. So think about this: layer of ice, really deep layer of ice, pocket of water.
Like
Yeah.
a big
With
pot,
living
really,
things
really
in it.
big.
Yeah.
Reaper Leviathan.
I mean,
Sure.
no question. Theoretically,
But like, have you
the
heard that
Russians
before?
could be reproducing Reaper leviathans as we speak.
I have not. Because I don't really look into like big historic creature found in Antarctica.
He's a
It's-
big government guy. He's not
Yeah.
a big nature guy.
and
All right.
like okay.
Well, you can say what you're
Like
going to say.
in like Kong and like Godzilla, you know, like they have the
Yeah.
monster frozen in the ice and they break out. It's like oh, they fight and it's
That was a nice sound effect.
Yeah.
All
Oh,
right.
so is there? I was going to ask if there was another topic you wanted to talk
That's
about.
exactly where I was
Okay.
headed.
uh-huh. 9/11.
All right.
There's multiple theories about this. Like, was sponsored by the government,
Yeah.
which was the thing Bush did not. Bush, not Reagan did 9/11.
Hey, to me, honestly, Reagan and Bush sound pretty similar. The English language is a crazy thing, Brooks. I'm still learning.
Yeah, we know.
Especially my second
And also a plane, like the plane didn't just knock the building over because jet fuel does not heat metal. It only burns around 800 degrees to like 1500 degrees Fahrenheit, and like steel burns around like 2000 degrees Fahrenheit. But of course, when the plane hit, it weakened the superstructure overall.
Yeah.
And once like a little bit started to collapse, it's a chain reaction that just
Yeah.
falls because it's like hundreds of tons of concrete.
I actually have two things that I saw about it, and it's that like one of them is like there was only one phone call that anybody was able to capture, or even text message from like the people that were on the plane.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it could have just been because obviously there were terrorists holding people hostage. They probably weren't letting them. So that could be the reason for that. But another thing was like, so, for something to fall at free fall speed, the only like physics, the only force acting on it can be gravity. So, it would have a constant acceleration the whole way down. But the way that the building fell was like a pancake, so like the top fell down on the bottom and the whole thing just started
Yeah.
to collapse.
Because it can't stop.
Yeah, so there would obviously be a force that was slowing it down as it fell, but it wasn't. The building fell at free fall speed, which doesn't make sense considering that there was also like it wasn't just gravity. There was also the bottom part of the building that was holding the top up and it like pancaked.
Well, it's just because how the building was built.
Yeah, I think it
because
was.
But-
it's like
but
multiple
still-
layers of concrete and steel, and it's like I think it was heavier at the top too.
But it still doesn't make sense how the building fell at a free fall acceleration.
Well, you can't. I mean, you can explain it. It's just you have to look into.
I had seen something that people were saying there is no possible way that something of that mass scale of like a terrorist attack could happen without someone knowing.
Oh,
Without
yeah.
us knowing.
well, no, they already. It's been proven we knew about it. We just couldn't stop it.
Yeah, well,
We just
Alright,
didn't
so
know when and
that's
when and
Enlighten
how.
us
that's
on
So
that.
basically, like they knew the terrorists wanted to attack the country at some place, but they didn't know
Ooh,
where. Like, because they have phone calls. Like,
Yeah,
the
that's what I was
Saudis,
saying.
care us
Like,
and
wasn't
everything.
wasn't
Yeah.
Putin like calling the president and they like, or there was something I remember. There was something. I'm not wrong about this.
He called him after 9/11.
No, he called him before and said something was going to happen, and they like didn't listen. Apparently, that's what I heard. Could be wrong. I'm pretty sure that's right though.
Well, if it's about Russia, you don't believe anything.
Yeah, do you know that Russian is actually my first language? That's why I'm so
You
bad
know,
at
I
English.
can actually
Speak it.
Luch mein Schwanz. Don't look it up.
It's not even Russian.
Yeah, I'll tell you
Wait.
what that is. It's German if you want to look
Oh
it up.
yeah, you're right.
Look it up
That's
and tell us
basically-
in the comments.
That's
what it is.
basically Russian at this point.
Okay.
They're plotting too.
Good job.
Take it, Germany.
So I can honestly believe that
That'll be
it
my
kind of
thing.
be government funded just based on so 2 planes that were supposed to hit the Pentagon and the White House. Why those 2 were the ones that were government public figures?
That
Why
is
were
kinda
those
weird.
2 the ones that crashed
never
but
thought
never
about
got
that.
there?
No, the Pentagon was hit.
Yeah,
I mean, sorry,
yeah,
But the
like,
White House
White
was not
House.
hit
Yeah.
because the people took it back.
Yeah,
Because
but,
they actually
But what
had
he's
time
saying
to
is,
react.
how come that one was the only one that didn't get hit?
Listen,
The White House,
It,
yeah.
it goes
Yeah.
back to. I bet it goes back to like
Russia.
not the Russians, not this time. Listen, I bet it goes back to like when we said like people don't stop serial killers even though they're listening in. If they missed the Pentagon and the White House, it would have been too obvious. If it was planned by the government, it
That's
would have been
true.
too
This
This
obvious.
is true.
So they had to do a little bit of damage.
Yeah, but
This,
sorry. But the reason people think it is because that would be the reason for us to go into Iraq and Afghanistan,
yeah,
which was the start of war on terror, which, it's a whole political thing that I'm not
Yeah,
going to get into. Yeah, that's why we killed Mr. Osama bin Laden.
Osama bin Laden got clipped. He got peace controlled.
He got no
We got put
smoking,
on the
he got-
highlight reel.
He got buried at sea.
Put on
him
a
the
t-shirt.
montage.
He's being hunted by Reaper Leviathan.
All right, that's
All right,
a little-
let's
that's
move
a little
on.
excessive.
And I mean, I guess I'm kind of going way out there just to kind of say that, maybe they made a deal with him. As in, let's say the government made a deal, and he had a family, correct?
Osama?
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty sure they killed his wife, too.
Yeah. So they had then that too. So what if they had made a deal and that when that happened they turned on their deal and that's why they started hunting him. So
Well-
they obviously they would have to but why kill his wife? That doesn't make sense unless she had something to say.
Yeah,
Well, she was in the room with him. And I'm pretty sure she was shielding him, so they just shot them both. And also, we had worked
W
with
life.
Osama before he turned on us. Because he was a rebel trying to free, his country.
See, but that doesn't even make
and
sense.
then he just turned on us.
Osama must have been a little
'Cause
wimp if his wife was shielding him when they were getting attacked.
well, it's probably
Well, we don't
'cause she
even
knew
really-
that they were coming after
Nah,
Osama.
let's think about it. He was definitely Little Spoon.
We don't really know because, it's classified, I think. But a lot of it's declassified now because people claim that they're the Navy SEAL that killed him. It's just...
All right. What's Obama's last name?
Obama.
Think about it.
Well, okay, that's
No one knows. No one's
Next-
ever heard of it.
next
Intellectual right there.
Google
Yeah.
knows.
Obama's
That's
la-
about as intellectual as it gets with him.
Yeah. It's...
Gonna Google what Obama's last name is. Y'all can continue.
Okay, so government president JFK.
Wait, what?
Are you saying like the CIA had involvement with his assassination?
And also there was more than one shooter. Lee Harvey Oswald didn't kill him because he was eventually killed by Jack Ruby, which was believed to be with the mafia, and then he died in prison. So then, and also, if you look at the video, it looks like the Secret Service agent that's in the front turns around.
I was about to mention that.
And it looks like from the way he's shot, it's not at the angle that Oswald would have been in the building.
Yeah,
Because they found a gun with a few bullets.
yeah, I did see that, and I think I saw another theory was that it was an agent from a separate car that could have shot him too.
I didn't find anything about Obama's last name in case.
And there was a theory that the KGB did it, but that was later disproven because, okay. Because Russia didn't, the Soviet
I've
Union
never
did
heard
not
that
do
one.
it.
It's always freaking Russia, dude. I'm telling you.
Russia's always got some.
My boy
Soviet
Vladimir
Union,
was plotting.
Russia, not the same thing.
Yeah.
Just like mustard gas.
That's basically the same.
But yeah, like I've kind of, dude. Honestly, that the first time I ever saw that clip of like the JFK assassination, I was kind of like, dang, that's kind of like gory, because his wife is like right next to him, and you just see him just like go completely limp, and his wife just looks over and just like.
Well, he
Yeah.
gets shot one time, and then he's okay.
I remember
he gets
watching-
shot the second time.
I watched like a
he's dead.
documentary about that.
Oh, I've seen that. I haven't watched.
That's the
it, but
most
I've
input
seen
I have.
Yeah.
I watched the documentary.
The documentary. Yeah.
I watched multiple documentaries about government stuff.
I was just looking for signs of Russians.
Okay,
Well, people
so
didn't think it was Russia.
let's.
Soviet Union. Sorry.
I feel like this next topic we're going to talk about is going to be pretty big, so let's move on to that. So, what you were talking about earlier,
The New World Order.
yes.
Yeah, that was a while ago, but it's like an authoritarian government that's secretly, slowly working their way to control the world. And it's like, basically, people are like different parts of like the world are secretly working with it, and one day we're just gonna like be taken over, and then
So it's like-
a one world thing. It's like 1984.
It's like
Big Brother?
behind the scenes NATO, basically.
Not really as much of a treaty as it is like them just trying to take over the
It's
world.
Well,
just,
who
it's just
leads
a
it?
government.
Russia.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Dude,
We don't
no.
even know if it's real.
I had seen because this actually, someone had, this is Vladimir Putin did actually say this. So I'm not trying to remember exactly what was said and everything, but he says that there are people the men in black pretty much is it's kind of weird, but the men in black suits, whenever they walk in, that's when the business happens, because that is behind in the U.S. is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Because that is who really controls government, who controls what goes on, what happens. Because that's why they didn't like Trump so much, because he was like, no, I'm not going to listen to y'all. I'm going to do what I want. That's why there was all this. There's never been like, oh, we need to get him. Like everything was about, all Trump did this bad stuff, but nothing. He never actually did.
That-
It was all trying to get him out of the office.
And like another thing, like there is a Bohemian Grove. I know you don't know what that is, but it's like it's a place.
Calling us stupid.
I mean,
Not saying I know what it means.
I
but-
take it so because I had absolutely no idea what
It's
you just
basically a
said.
secret society, but
like
it's
the-
been
Never mind. I'm not gonna
like
say
the what?
that.
No,
Not gonna
what,
say
the
that.
Russians.
No.
It's basically like
Yeah, that's not.
yeah, we're kind of it's basically like world elites meeting together. It's like because Ronald Reagan, Richard Nixon, Lyndon B. Johnson, were all there, huh? Yeah, Ronald Reagan, the Ronald Reagan.
Dude, sounds
And
so
there's a
much like
video
Bush.
of them that's like, was it supposed to be released? And it's of them standing next to an owl statue that's being burnt.
What
A
the?
wicked.
Oh yeah, there.
The thing on the dollar bill.
Yeah, there's a theory that like if you look on the dollar bill,
You'll see an owl.
There's
yeah,
owls.
you'll see an owl.
There's 2 owls.
Yeah,
And also, the Illuminati.
yeah.
They control the world.
But like, here, let me think about this. Kind of random. Who designed the dollar bill?
A man.
Does anyone know?
A man.
I've
Probably
no
the
clue
Federal
personally.
Reserve.
What?
Probably
The people that made money.
I was about to say it would probably be like the people in control of like, because obviously the government has, like the federal government has the ability to like coin money. So
I mean,
they
you
probably just collectively made the design.
You can
for it.
obviously look it up, probably. And it wasn't me, 'cause I don't make money. I mean, I do make money. It's-
Yeah, so like that's a weird question because I mean it's designed very specifically.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot going on.
Is that everything you want to talk about?
Oh, there was one more thing. You know what a chemtrail is?
Absolutely
No.
not.
Okay, so you know the little trails of smoke that the planes leave behind in the sky?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a theory that the government uses that to mind control people.
Like
it sprays
like a
toxins in the,
hypnotize. Oh.
it sprays toxins in the air that goes into the brain and makes you believe stuff.
Dude,
The chemtrail theory.
this is kind of off topic. Not really, but like the other day in my AP Bio class, we watched this video of these kids. There was like some chemical. What do you know? Remember what it was called? It was like some chemical, like some insecticide or something that they used
Oh.
back in the day. And there was like a video of these kids in a pool just getting sprayed by it. because they thought it was like, I don't even know. They thought it was fun to get sprayed by a chemical that like killed them.
Oh my gosh.
I just thought it was kind of weird. They were like jumping around in the pool. And
yeah,
there was,
now it's banned.
there was
it,
a-
it
yeah.
was,
Yeah.
It was it could kill a horse in like
That-
minutes.
That goes along with in Stranger Things how Hopper was exposed in like Vietnam to whatever kind of gas that was that they were spraying or whatever, and it made his daughter have cancer or whatever. That kind of like what you're.
well, Brooks found it. It's called DDT.
Yeah, it's
Well,
DDT.
I'm not saying it's the exact same.
No,
thing,
no,
but
I know.
I'm saying
Yeah,
like
no,
it's
no,
kind of like
yeah.
that.
But like, yeah, they like thought it was like perfect. Like it was changing the world because it was killing off all this bad stuff in the world, and they found out it was also going to kill off the human race
Yeah.
after they were spraying it on kids in the pool. So
Because it didn't dissolve, it didn't break down. It
Yeah,
stayed.
but
Yeah.
that's one reason that we don't have malaria here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it killed so many
Yeah.
animals. It killed insects and stuff. That it literally killed off most of the disease.
This can get blind.
Do you have any like war conspiracies?
One of the most famous would be, did Hitler move to Argentina?
Ooh, I
my
love
gosh.
watching. Dude, that TV show.
I
It's like
absolutely hate this.
it's hunting Hitler, and they just like followed. They like followed a trail, thinking he was like hiding in bunkers and crap because he faked his death.
It's
Yeah.
basically been proven he did not.
Oh, well, it's still interesting to me
Because, there's a bunch of German-speaking people in Argentina.
because when
Because
someone-
lots of Nazi SS officers fled to that area, but not Hitler, because they found a skull that matched his and his teeth that matched his that the Russia released. Because they got his body
What if they found like a
because they were there
doppelganger?
first.
Well,
That's
it
a
wouldn't
theory.
match his
But-
specific.
Did they have a specific like how did they know it?
If they could match
They-
it perfectly, they have
Yeah.
the dental records.
Yeah.
Hey, now think about this. Now, this is pretty far out there, but what if Russia, found his body, presumed, but actually struck a deal with him that
Dude,
But how
got
would they
him-
get
they're
an
always
actual skull
scheming.
that matched his perfectly?
No,
They can create.
the thing
stuff
is,
like
they
that.
wouldn't do that because the Soviet Union absolutely hated
Yeah, because he
Nazi,
wanted to do the same
because-
thing as them.
communism and fascism. Absolutely despise each other.
They do. I knew that.
So-
The world is crazy.
Stalin and Hitler absolutely hated each other. They wanted to literally rip each other's head.
I would
They
love to
never
see
make a
Stalin
deal.
and Hitler 1v1.
Well,
Battle of the century.
Battle of the Mustaches.
But yeah, I do think it's kind of funny, or it's interesting to see like all these like underground tunnels and stuff that people say Hitler like traveled through, and like safe houses in Argentina
Like
and
El
stuff.
Chapo.
Yeah.
El Chapo equals Hitler.
El Chapo's prison escape.
Isn't he in prison right now?
Yeah, you're probably back out
That's
again.
what I was thinking.
He's just
He's a legend like that. Walter White 2.0.
Yeah.
Or like actually Walter White's just Chapo, El Chapo 2.0 really.
Is there a
Think
lot
about
of
that.
conspiracies based around the Vietnam War?
Like, what about the Vietnam War?
I
Like,
don't
why we
know.
lost?
I don't know. Just like
I mean, there's not really anything because, like, it was a proxy war, kind of. Not really a proxy war. It's just that we weren't going to win.
It's a proxy war.
It's hard to explain.
Okay.
But we weren't going to win.
Yeah.
You can't beat someone who will literally sacrifice everything, including their lives, for a cause. The Vietnamese would just literally throw themselves at each other.
That's true. Like if America decided to get in a war and
wasn't that the bloodiest war ever?
No, it's a civil war.
Oh, my bad. Sorry, kid.
if America tried to get into a war and like we used everything that we had, we would probably dominate somebody. Like if we had a draft again, we would.
The likelihood of a drought happening though is very.
No, I'm saying like
yeah.
if we did though, like people wouldn't stand a chance, would they?
Well, we do have I think the highest ranked Air Force.
That's what I'm saying.
Navy.
Like that plus
Yeah, I was gonna say, we
a
have-
trillion people, not a trillion, but like like a lot of people.
we
The
have
only
second.
only people that I would say that have a chance against us is probably China, just because of their population base. They have what is like
They have the
they have
biggest.
China and
they're like 20% of the world's population.
and you know who else?
Russia's definitely
Actually, that's
lower
true.
now
Yeah.
because
Russia kind of got pooped on by
of
Ukraine. Not gonna lie, they said
But that's the same thing. You can't beat someone who doesn't
Russia
wanna
kinda
lose
got that reverse
because the
card from
Ukraine spirit
Huh?
and their just thirst for just wanting to beat back Russia.
said-
is
Yeah,
just-
or it's just like if it's a complete overwhelm.
well, yeah.
Like,
And
'cause-
they don't know the lands. Actually, they do because everyone's so.
Yeah, like for example, like we beat Germany in the war, they didn't want to lose, but we were too.
Oh yeah, just because they had fatal mistakes.
That too.
Like
But
we were not supposed to. Sorry,
Oh, go ahead.
we weren't supposed to win D-Day, but we did because we just pushed through.
Yeah. Crickets.
Oh yeah.
I don't really know what you want to say.
Hey, what I said earlier. I said Ukraine kind of hit that reverse card on Russia.
Oh yeah.
No reverse, and then they don't have one. So, and then they put a +4.
Dang it, Vladimir. I played with Putin the other day in Uno. He's bad at
Zelensky
it.
is taking the boot.
Yeah, Putin. Me and him go way back. Kid, you didn't know.
Were you in the KGB
We
together?
didn't know. You've let us know
Yeah.
a couple times now.
Including in the last episode.
I play Fortnite with Putin and the boys.
Which, by the way, if you haven't watched that, go and watch that one before you watch this.
Man knows his
Facts.
stuff.
Okay, but who? All right, so I'm gonna talk about this. Who do we think, as of like, who do we think the world powers are of right now? Like, who could? So like, we have NATO as well, but like, think about Russia and China banded together.
Ooh.
Well,
That's a powerhouse.
the thing is, like, it's kind of getting into politics here, but Russia, like, when they invaded Ukraine, they kind of asked for assistance from China, and they said no.
Yeah.
Yes.
China said, "Frick you, Russia."
Because they're kind of neutral. Like, they'll with whoever wins.
Too.
But they favor Russia more than anyone.
Well, yeah, because that's their main partner.
Dude, that would start.
Exactly.
That would
Money.
be World War III.
In
Exactly.
trading. Which makes
Like,
the
yeah,
world
that
go
would be
round.
World War III. But I mean, for example, a lot of people say that they didn't want to get into that because they knew that the United States and everything in NATO was against it, and that because of Trump's such good relationship with China.
You mean Russia?
Both, really.
Trump
Both.
had a really good relationship with Putin,
Yeah.
and that's why people really didn't like
Me and
him,
Trump go way back too.
because they thought they're like
Yeah, but he
buddies.
also had a good relation with China just because he was.
He hated China.
I used to
He did, but I mean, they had good
Well, yeah.
relations.
I used to run trios with Putin and Trump all the time, back in the day, before he was busy. Like doing stuff to Ukraine and all that.
Yeah.
Like 4 years ago.
Back in the day.
But in my opinion, Putin could have definitely done this invasion way while Trump was in office, but it might not, because for example, there's been many examples where Trump just does not deal with crap. He's just like, boom.
Yeah, the invasion of Ukraine started in 2014 when they invaded the Crimean Peninsula.
Yeah, but not like a full scale.
I mean, they took over the whole thing.
I mean, like a
Well, yeah,
full
they
scale.
weren't going to fully invade the
Dang
country
it,
yet.
Russia.
And they built bridges and everything so they would connect it. So
Dude,
now they annex it.
We're gonna have to get another Russia counter on this video
Yeah.
It's gonna be like 25.
Dude, you're going to have one on every video.
at this point. Honestly. Hey, by the way, Russia will drop nukes on your house if you don't subscribe right now. So.
And if you want to see
I'm
more
gonna give you a second to do that
of
before.
Mr. Brooks Burson, probably shouldn't say.
Probably shouldn't say your last name.
Okay, my name is Brooks Burson. I live in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
What is it? 112 Negro Aurora Lane.
No,
Yeah,
it's
Negro
not
Aurora.
112.
What is it? 812, 814.
No.
If you didn't know, it was Breaking Bad. You know,
Breaking Bad.
cooking.
Haven't watched it. You need
methamphetamine.
to.
I'm pretty sure it's 408.
10 out of 10 would recommend.
408 Negro Aurora Lane,
Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Albuquerque, New Mexico.
It's a little off topic though, but
Yeah.
if you haven't watched Breaking Bad,
Gotta throw in a few
Yeah,
references
you
here and there
gotta
Just
go
drop
do
a
it right
like.
now.
for the comedy.
Drop a like for Walter.
If
Mr.
you
White.
if you prefer Walter over Putin, comment.
Loki, me and Trump and Putin and Walter used to run squads back in the day. We go crazy, cranking
Alright.
90s on people.
All right, so I think this is a good
Yeah.
stopping point. So
Yeah.
we're just gonna wrap it up.
Pretty
Thank you guys for watching.
pretty good podcast.
Make sure y'all like and subscribe. Sorry it was a shorter video. We were a little pressed on time today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But next one, it'll be about the same as the first one. So hope
And
y'all
thank
enjoyed.
you for having me.
Oh yeah.
We enjoyed
Yep.
you being on here and presenting your great conspiracies.
Yep.
All right, hold on. Before we end this podcast, let's get a favorite conspiracy from each of us. All right, Payne, you go first.
Ooh. I can't remember all we talked about.
Just give one, just quick.
I liked the flat Earth one because I felt like I contributed to that one more.
Yeah.
I feel like I knew more about that one.
I like the birds because it's so stupid to believe.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like there are people that actually believe, oh, it's a bird, it's a robot, they're spying.
Yeah, mine's definitely either the flat Earth or the bird one. Just because the bird one is just kind of funny to think about, like you said.
Yeah.
Just like the
Pigeon.
fact that they just like land on the power line, and they're just like recharging.
Mine's definitely anything to do with like all the ocean type stuff because that's just so interesting. There's so much you can think about. There's so much things that we don't know. It's just so interesting to me because it's like we can go on forever about it.
Let us know if y'all have any topic ideas or anything. We're gonna try to bring more special guests on here and eventually maybe increase the number of people we bring, and we'll just see how it goes. Just let us know if you have any ideas for anything we should talk about, something that you might find interesting us talking about. Yeah. So if you did enjoy, don't forget subscribe because you know what happens if you don't
He's coming
subscribe.
for you.
Drop a like.
My boy
down below.
Putin, we were talking on Duos last night. He told me that he was gonna bomb your house. Okay.
Wait, drop a like
Also-
or he drops a nuke.
Drop a like or he drops a nuke.
And
He's thinking smart.
also, make sure you're tuning into the Grounded series.
Yes.
Got a second video coming. The first video, it was alright. Not really much action.
Just
till
developing the story.
till the end there where I got chased by a firefly. But the second video, I think, is going to be pretty hilarious.
Let's just
'cause,
say there's a couple spiders.
yeah, there were
There's a
some big 8-legged creatures.
A little bit of
chasing us
screaming going on.
around. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
some hyperventilating. So.
But thank y'all for watching. Hope y'all enjoyed. We'll see y'all in the next one.